Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my January TBR, the 11 books that I want to read in January, and with the Read What You Own challenge, trying to get very specific books read as quick as possible, and all of the year-long events and buddy reads that I want to do and group reads. I am not going to be doing my random TBR for a while until my Read What You Own challenge is done, and then I'm going to bring the random TBR back. But I have 11 books that I have set to read in January, and it's gonna be a challenge, but I'm up for it, I think. The first book that I plan on reading in January is for the Buzzword Reading Challenge 2024, created by Books and Lala, and January's prompt is there, there, and there, the three kinds of there. It has to have one of the theirs in the title, and for that I am reading There, There by Tommy Orange. And I've had this book forever. And this was his debut, I think, and it's a literary fiction book about Indigenous people. Next, I recently joined the Bookish Drummers Discord, and yes, so many great events and things going on. First one is Discord reading challenge, and for that actually I have a few books that are gonna fit for that, but one of the prompts is to read a book you saw on someone else's TBR, and I'm reading what I saw in Michael K. Vaughan's TBR for January, and that is The Great Book of Amber, The Complete Amber Chronicles 1 through 10 by Roger Zalansky. This is going to count for 10 books on my Read What You Own challenge, because it's 10 books in one. And it's for the Discord reading challenge. So we're tackling a big one in January. It's exciting. And this is a classic fantasy story series that I've been hearing about for years and years, and it's on my books I've had the longest on my physical TBR, and that's why it's in my Read What You Own challenge, and it counts for 10. I think these books started to be originally published in 1970. Look at that awesome cover on this. Also, there's a read-along on that Discord for The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. I have read this book. So this will be a reread, and I remember really liking the first book, and then we're going to continue on one book every month, so I will be finishing that series during 2024, so that's really good. And The Black Prism is going to count for a prompt in the reading challenge as well for buddy reading something. Okay, then there's another book club on the Bookish Drummer Discord called the Thrill, Chill, or Kill book club, and January's pick is Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes, a sci-fi horror book that I've been meaning to read forever, and I just love sci-fi horror, so I'm hoping that this one will be a good one. Next book club is the Dark Hearts book club, hosted by Amy Noel. Reads on her Discord, and in January they'll be reading The Broken Places by Blaine Daigle. And this also fits for the reading challenge for a book that you will partially read out of the house. So something like that. And it's an audiobook, so I'll be taking it wherever I go. Okay, next are the two book clubs hosted by Slime and Slashers, Kelsey, versus the Midnight Book Society book club. And January's pick is Maynard's House by Herman Rocher. And I've been wanting to read this paperback from hell for a very long time. I've heard good things about it. It was on my radar and I'm finally getting to it. And then she's also hosting the Year of Layman, where they read one Richard Layman book every month. And January is a pick your own layman, and I'm going to read the one book that I have on my shelf, which is Midnight's Lair. I think this is the one Kelsey's reading as well. Midnight Lair. This is a one in a cavern. Don't know much about it. It'll be my first Richard Layman. And if I like that one enough, I'll participate in some of the other reads as well. Next, the Horror Spotlight, which is a Discord book club, as well as the Spinebreakers book club hosted on Brad Proctor's Discord. Their January book is The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. Tananarive Due's newest book, horror book. It's a long one, and I highly anticipate this read. It's pretty much my most highly anticipated read. Well, there's one more on here that I'm dying to read as well. Ooh, top priority. I just want to read all these books, but next, the two book clubs hosted on Kelly Hooked on Books Discord channel. First is the From Hell book club, which is all about reading paperbacks from hell, and in January they're going to read Disturb Not the Dream by Paula Trackman. Yep. I've had this book a long time. I've been meaning to read it. It's been recommended as a good one. So finally getting it read in January. And then her other book club, the Death by TBR book club, also co-hosted by Crystal from Fiber Artsy. They're reading Mary by Nat Cassidy. Ooh. This is the other most anticipated book. Been meaning to read this forever. I've heard nothing but fantastic things about this, about a woman going through menopause and then some really strange things start to happen. And the last book that I might read in January is the Creatures Everywhere book club pick for January. This is a Goodreads book club I've taken part in for years now, and it's hosted by Latasha and Tyler J. And in January, we're reading My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. And The Reformatory was in the running. I was hoping for that one. But My Darling Girl, I have not read any Jennifer McMahon yet, but I have been meaning to. So if I get to this one in January, that would be great. That is 11 books. Hi, this is me a day later, and I just realized that there are 6 books that I forgot to mention in my TBR. So my total books is not 11, it is 17. 17 books, because 2 more book clubs I completely forgot about. The first one is the Creepy Book Club, hosted by Nightmare Maven, and we are reading A Light Most Hateful by Haley Piper, one of my favorite horror authors, and so I really want to get to this one. And then the Reaper Book Club, hosted by Katrina Brown, is reading Mosaic by Catherine McCarthy, which seems like a really interesting indie horror book that I need to read if I can. If I can, I can read 17 books, no problem. And then the other 4 books are arcs. I am trying to catch up on all my arcs, and then I will have my first goal for my Read What You Own challenge and my 2024 goals complete. If I keep up at this pace, I can be done by the end of February. So hopefully I can get these 4 books read in January. So first there is That Night in the Woods by Christopher Triana, which is a horror thriller. It is more of a thriller so far, and came out in October. Then The Djinn Waits 100 Years. I've already started this one, and That Night in the Woods. The Djinn Waits 100 Years is by Shabnam Khan, and it is a horror novel that comes out towards the beginning of January, so I want to get that one done pretty soon. Then Exodus of Evil, which is the first book in a new sci-fi series by James Flynn, and this will be published the end of January, so I want to get to that one. And then the last one I hope to get to is The Trials of Empire, which is book 3 in the Empire of the Wolf series, fantasy series by Richard Swan. And this is my favorite ongoing fantasy series that I am reading. So definitely looking forward to that. It comes out in the beginning of the beginning of February. So if I can get it started in January, that'll mean I'll have it done in time, which would be nice. So that is all the 17 books that I'll be reading in January. And now back to Past Me. I might not get to all of them, but I am going to try really, really hard. How long is this thing? The 10 books are 1,258 pages. So I've read books that long that were just one book, but it's very hard for me to do in a month. So we'll see how it goes. What are you most excited to read? Have you read any of the books on my endless pile of pages? My pile of possibilities? And what did you think of them? I'd love to know down in the comments, and I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.